Hey guys, this is Mohsen and you are watching to the MKR developer channel. Welcome to the last episode of the weather app. In this video, I am going to show you how to implement the air pollution factors in our application. In the main activity, we have the air quality, and in the fragment pollution, we have the bar chart, display the pollutant factors and the amount of them here in a text view. So if you are ready, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hit the bell button to be aware about the new videos, and let's get started. Here in the API source, if you scroll down, you will see this air pollution API. In the documentation, you will see this grid. Based on the factors of the air pollutant, the API will give us an index from 1 to 5. If it's 1, the air quality is good, and if it's 5, it's very poor, and between it, fair, moderate, and poor. Okay. In the response, we will receive this JSON file. So here we have a factor AQI, and in the example this is 1. That means the weather is good, the quality of the weather. And as you see here in the URL, we should use the latitude and longitude, and there is no city name here. So we have to execute first the function get current data, and then we should fetch the coordinators from the response and use them to have this air pollution data. Okay, that's everything about the API. Let's copy the response and start with creating the data classes. Before I start, let me explain what I have done before I start recording. Here in the main activity, I have defined the fragment that I've created to display the bar chart, and here as well only these two lines are added in the main activity. Here I have a new fragment with the stuff of the viewBinding, nothing more. And in the layout of the fragment, I have a text view, I have a background, and here we will implement together the bar chart. Let's start with the data classes, and later we will come back here. So here in the data package, again I'm going to click and create a new package. Pollution models, and right click using this plugin, paste the data and calling it pollution data. Okay, here we have the pollution data. We have again a list here that doesn't have any name, and a data class that doesn't have any name, so we have to name it. And here in the components we have all of the factors, the air pollutant. In the main we have the AQI that shows the air quality, and here I'm going to call it pollution. Now it's okay. Let me close them. Okay. In the gradle.build, I have added the single line for the dependency of the bar chart, and if you search this, you can find the GitHub page of the creator of this bar chart. Let's go to this page and I will explain something to you. Here is this page. If you scroll down, you will see the different types of charts that you can use from this page. All of them are available. And on the top, we have a link to the documentation. Okay, if you come here, again, you have another documentation. Let me click on it. It has a lot of advertisement. Getting started. Okay, this is the XML code to have the chart, and if you change this endpoint with anything you want, you will achieve that one. For example, line chart, bar chart, scatter chart, and etc. And the rest are the different factors. For example, list entry and the setting of the chart itself, and I will explain you them right now in a moment in the application. So if you want to read the documentation, the link of this GitHub page is available down below in the description. Let's go back to the Android Studio. Okay, let me copy and paste the chart here. Oh, it seems that I forgot something. Let me check the website again. Yeah, here. I forgot to add this repository. So let me copy it and let's go back to the Android Studio. Here in the project, in the Gradle, in the setting.gradle, here in the repository, we have to add it. And think. Okay, the sync is done, and here instead of this, I'm going to add the text view. Okay, you can just copy and paste this, and that's enough. Now let's go to the API interface to manage the request. Here we need a new function, again with the get annotation, and we have to pass the endpoint air underscore pollution and question mark. A suspend function, and some query. Again, these two are the same. And instead of the city name, we need two queries to pass the latitude and the longitude. So I'm going to copy this. And here lat, short for latitude, and the type double, longitude, and the type double, and the name, lat and long. The response will go to the class pollution data. Okay, that's good, and let's go to the main activity. Okay, here in the main activity we had some function. After executing the view, the get current weather will be called. You can follow two scenarios. First, if the user clicks on this button, here in the fragment, manage the request and show the data. But I'm not going to use this scenario. The second scenario is to do this in the main activity because I want to show this air quality here on this layout. And then I'm going to use a bundle to pass this data here in the fragment. So in the main activity, I have to use the latitude and longitude. After execution this function, when we had the data in the response, we can here at the end use the latitude and longitude and execute a function to achieve the air pollutant. Okay, here I'm going to create a function calling it get pollution. And the function is here, and I'm going to pass latitude and longitude here. So data dot, I don't remember it. Yeah, here in the coordinator dot latitude and data dot longitude. And I'm adding the parameters here to this get pollution. And now again everything the same as here. The coroutines and the response and the execution of the function in the API interface, passing the data and the API key and everything. So I can copy and paste this part of the code till here, or maybe till here. Now we have to do some changes. Let me close the open bracket. I think I need 3 of them. Yeah. Okay. We have to change this first with the get pollution, and then we have the API key. The latitude and longitude should be taken from here. So lat long and the unit and the API key. Then we have the catch blocks, and at the end the data will be here. Okay, everything seems good. Let me write some codes to display the air quality from good to very poor. Okay, here I need a value and I'm going to call it num equals to data dot list 0 dot main dot AQI. So we are checking the value of the AQI and we are putting it inside this num, and then we are checking the num. So binding dot PV air quality dot text equals to when this num, and we are checking the value of the num. 1 get a string, and here are dot a string dot put. I stored the text in the string value, so I'm going to retrieve them from the string resource file. The same for the rest. If it's 2, if it's 3, 4, and 5, and here fair, moderate, poor, and very poor. And at the end, else, no data. Okay, so now by these codes we are displaying the air quality on the this here in this text view. And let's go further. Here, binding dot layout pollution dot set on lead listener. In case you don't know what is layout pollution, let me show you. In the activity main, I have a linear layout here that holds this image view and this text views. The idea of it is layout pollution. So if anybody clicks on this layout, we are going to the second fragment, to the pollution fragment. So here, bundle equals to bundle, and let's put the data in the bundle. So bundle dot put double, we need a key. Let's start with the CO, and data dot list 0 dot components dot PO. Okay, this is the key and this is the value, and the same for the rest. Let me copy and paste them to save the time. Okay, here pollution fragment dot argument equals to bundle. Now we can open the fragment. So support fragment manager dot begin transaction dot apply replace r.id dot frame layout. Okay, let me show you this frame layout. Here in the main activity on the top, I have added a frame layout here to hold the fragment. You can copy and paste it in the layout that you have designed. And pollution frag dot add to bucket stack without any name dot commit. Okay, now if you are testing the app, the air quality will be displayed, and by clicking on the layout we are going to the second fragment and the pollution fragment. Let's go to the fragment to retrieve the data and display them in a text view and in the bar chart. Here in the fragment, as I told you, we have the stuff for the viewBinding, nothing more. And let's start from here. Equals to argument, and then equals to list of the data. So CO to CO, and the same for the rest. Okay. Now we are going to extract the data from this argument to this list. Okay, now another value, calling it list equals to array list of entry and okay, now we are checking this data, the arguments, and these keys and the labels, and extracting the data. Then we are putting them inside this list and displaying in the text view and the bar chart. So equals to data if it has value dot get double, then the key, then if the value is not null, list dot add bar entry index plus 1 dot to float, because the bar chart accepts the float entry only. Then the value dot to float. Okay, now the data is set into this list, and we can display in this list in the bar chart. Okay, text builder dot append $, label colon and $, value and in the next line the next item. So this is the text that we prepared to display on the text view. And okay, everything is good. So binding dot text view dot text equals to text builder. Dot to string. And now the bar chart. Okay, this is the label of the bar chart. Let me show you here what do we have till now. Okay, we built this text here, display them here, and we need a label for this chart. We created, the values are stored in this list, and this amount, like if you see here it's written 217 and here 85, so these are now located in this list. The next items are about the grids. So here the CONH3NO, we have to create the value for this and the value for this, and also the colors can be chosen by the user. So I'm going to show you them. We need to do some other changes, so let me write a value here. Bar data set equals to this, and here bar data set. Now we can add some more parameters into this bar data set. So bar data set dot set colors template dot and 255 bar data set dot value text color equals to color black. You can change them by yourself. Bar border width equals to 1f, and this factor is about this black line around one of the borders. So if the thickness of this line, if you put it on 3, it will be so thick, and you can change them by yourself if you want. Equals to bar data, and at the end we are putting this bar data set inside this, and then again I'm going to put it here. Bar data. Okay, binding dot bar chart dot apply, and here description dot text equals to animate by 1000 milliseconds. If you are going out and coming back, you see this animation. This time is setting this animation, and the last thing that we need is the data, as I said, for this item, the name of the recruitant in the grid. Okay, so okay, I searched a lot to find this code to set the data on the grids here. You just copy and paste them because it's hard to explain them. Just we are creating a formatter, we are passing this data into it, and it will put them into the x-axis of the coordinator. Okay, I think everything is set. Let's check it on the emulator. Okay. Oops. It seems that we have error. Let's open it again. So the main activity will be open, but the problem should be in the data classes. Okay. Yeah. We need another data class for the coordinators, but we don't have it here. So remember, when you are using this plugin, after creating the data classes, you should check it by yourself. Sometimes it happens. So here, I think we had this kind of data class. Yeah, here we have it. Either you can use this or copy and here paste it and change it to core. Now I think it should work. Let's check it now. Okay, now it works, and we have the moderate air quality in Berlin. And oops, another problem. The fragment is opening here on the main activity. Let's go to the activity main to solve this problem. Here I'm going to create another constraint layout, match parent, and connecting it to the constraint. And I'm going to cut the end bracket and tag, and pasting it here at the end. Okay, now I have a constraint layout that holds the frame layout and another constraint layout that holds everything, so it should work. Let's check it. Again, we have this. Let me cut this and paste it here at the end. Okay, that works good. You see the pollutant factors here on the top, and the values are set, and you see here all of the values. And here in the main activity we have all of the data. Okay, and the 5 days for a cat. That was everything about the weather application. I hope you are satisfied of this kind of applications and this kind of videos. If you like this kind of videos, write down below, I mean the practical videos, in the comment box down below, and I will check your comments and I will create more videos like this. If you are satisfied of the whole content of the channel, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button to be aware about the new video. Thank you very much for your time. See you in the next videos. Bye bye.